people. So in the last video I have covered how to automate the registration form filling with just a simple actions like how to enter the text and how to wait for the element and how to handle the drop down. So those and all I have covered in that, and today we will be clicking this link and then going to the registration form, and here this filling the input fields and all is the same like how I have told in my previous video. So if you want, please check it. And here in this video we are going to mainly focus on clicking the hyperlink and choosing the file. So generally in choosing the file, we have an inbuilt function in the Codeceptjs where it says attach file. So this is the function they have given already, the support to upload the file which we have been saved under the data into our the automation project. Data in the sense the data folder, and then whatever the image file or PDF file whatever you are going to attach, so that file you need to place it here. Okay. So but in some cases we might face difficulties in using attach file. It means while even though we use this attach file function supported by the Codeceptjs, in some cases it may not work, which I have come across in my personal automation project. So I will show you how to avoid that cases also with having some extended steps for that. Without using the inbuilt function, we can even use that to upload a file. So it would work for sure. So please guys, don't skip the video, watch till the end. So now let us jump to the video. So this is the launching page. So in Codeceptjs, so first we need to create a test file. For that, what is the command in Codeceptjs to generate the test file? It is npx Codeceptjs gt. GT in the sense generate test. So it is asking what is the feature name. So it is handling the uploading file. So I'll just give upload. So the whatever it shows in the gray form, it is the default name it has been showing us. It will be created as a file upload underscore test.js. So I'm okay with this default name, so I'm not going to enter anything. I'm just going to give enter. So what it is saying, it has been created a file upload underscore test.js file under the test folder. So you can see here. Okay. So this is the scenario name. I'm going to give here as a file upload. Okay, and here I is an actor by which we can actually call all the inbuilt functions in the Codeceptjs. So this is what has been designed in such a way that we can call all the functions using this Codeceptjs.i. Okay. So now first thing is like we need to launch the browser with the URL. So for that, what we have the function, you can see I am on page. Okay, and here we need to give the URL. So here you can see the examples also for that. It is opens the main page of the website. So how it is actually identifying the basic URL, even though if you give slash, is like it will pick up from the configuration file here. We under the helpers. So while we are configuring the helpers, so please go through my previous video where I have shown the setup of it, so you will get better idea of it, how I have set up the play helper here. Okay, so here I have chosen the playwright as a helper. So while setting up the playwright helper, it will ask all these details, which browser we are going to test in, which URL you are going to test in, and whether it should be in a headless mode or a headed mode. So all those details we can configure it while setting up the playwright helper in the Codeceptjs framework. So here this is the base URL what I have given. So here if we come and check, what they are telling is like slash. So what it does, it will pick up the URL under the playwright helper in the configuration file, and it will append to the values whatever we have given on this I am on page function. So basically we can have the base URL there and the continuation URL page specifications, we can give it here. So here if you see slash login, what it does, so it will append the URL whatever we have given in the configuration file to this slash login, and it will form the complete URL. It will launch the page in a browser whatever we have given the configuration file. Okay, so here I have given until this automation way to automation.com. So here after way to automation.com we have this one, so I'm going to give it here. So what it will does, it will append to the URL we have given in the configuration file. Okay, so now we are ready that it is going to launch the page in the Chromium browser. So now after launching it, what we need to do, we need to actually click on this enter the testing website. So for that we need a locator. And inside that we want P here the first one itself, it is pointing to this one, so I'm just going with that. So let me copy this and then going to give it in our script here. So for that first we need to give wait for element. It is always a preferable way to have it. Wait before perform any action on the particular element. So and then it needs to click on it. Okay, and now let us go and check. So after it has clicked on it, what will happen? It is going to click on this. It is going to navigate us to the next page. So here we need to click on this registration. If you see, we can use directly this one. So here A at href href is equals to registration.php. So this is the path I'm copying here. Again I'm waiting for that element. And I'm going to click on it. Okay. So till here we'll just check how it is working. So what is the command to run the script in the Playwright? Yes, it is npx Codeceptjs run file upload test.js. So it is going to launch it and click it. It is too fast, we can't able to see actually. So we can add an explicit way to just see what it is actually doing. Okay, so yeah, after clicking on this registration, it has been navigated to this form. So now what we need to do is like we need to fill all those fields. Okay, so for that first we need to get all the locators. Okay, we'll get the locators for all these. So input name equals to name. But first one it is pointing to this one, so I'm not bothering about it. So I'm just going with this input name. So same. So I dot wait for element and then here we need to enter the text. So in Playwright, to enter the text we have an inbuilt function which is fill field. So what it does, it fills the text area after clearing its value with a given string. So I'm going to use this again. So fill field and then I'm going to enter whatever we want. We can enter that, and again we are going to perform the same. Wait for element, so let us go here and pick up. Maybe we will see here, copy XPath. So right now I'm going to use the same because I don't want to spend the time on the locators, which later we can cover in another video. So here, to fill the field, again enter the text. We can use the fill field function, and then last name will be, we need to pass it here, and then what it is. So here it is a, first we will get the locators for all this. So click on this radio button. It is just a click action, so we can directly go with the click action. So I'm going here and so I'm going to go and use the same here again. Wait for the element and then perform the click action. Okay. So then hobby also, it is a kind of same only. So this one. So I'm going to wait for this element and I'm going to perform click action. Okay, so we will run it and check how it is working till here. So I'm using the same npx Codeceptjs run command to run it. We will see where it is getting failed. Still not present on page. Okay, let me check it here, but I can see it is there. Okay, but it okay, one thing here I have missed actually. So once we click on this registration form, you can observe that it is opening a new tab. So first we need to tell the Codeceptjs to switch the focus to the next tab. So how we can do that? So we have one inbuilt function for that, which is switch to next tab. Okay, now we will run it and see. Till now we have done that process, whatever we have written the steps here. Okay, what is the next step? Now we need to actually select this one. So we will get the locator for that. It is actually the select and then option. So here if you see, this is also covered in the previous video. So we have the select option function. See, it's a select an option in a drop down select. Okay, so we can directly pass the locator and which option it needs to be selected. It can do the value. We can give a label or text or by value. So anything we can give it here and it will work. So this is the inbuilt function. So I'm going to use the same here. So first wait for element and I'm going to grab the XL path for that. XPath, sorry. I'm going to give it directly here and giving weight, and then what we need to do, select option function, pass the locator and pass which value it needs to be selected. So here you can see the value India. So I'm just keep passing the same. So if whatever we give, they should be matched with the values, otherwise it won't select, it will throw an error. So next, if you see, it is also the same drop downs. I'm going to perform the same action. Here also option is only one, so I'm going to get the X path for it. For now I'll just copy this as the steps are same, and then this X path I'm going to have it here. Okay, and the value will be 1. And then for this X path, here, so for this, what are all the options? Let us check. Okay, it is one only, so I'm going to give the same here, and then for this one, copy X path, give it here, and the value would be 2014. So how I'm getting these values, you can go inside and you can check. Okay. So now till this we have completed, and we need to perform the same for phone number, username and email. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, for that we are going to use the same wait for element and the field. So I'm going to just copy this and paste it here, and I'll just change the locators and the input values. Okay, now here if I go input name phone, so here it is phone, and I'm going to pass it some value, and here username as username here, so input name equals to user name. Okay, and let me copy this, have it here. So just I'm going to copy this one alone, and I'm going to paste it here, and username will be test automation. Let me have the same lines of code for email here. If you see, just email, so I'm going to have it changed to email automation gmail.com. Then here if you see, the main part of this video is like we know how to upload the file. So for this, in the Playwright we have already the function which is attach file, so we can go with this one. This is one of the approach I have mentioned. So what they are telling, locator and path to file. Okay, so what is the locator of this? We'll go here, input, type file. So we will see any others are there or only this one. Okay, only this one. I'm going to pass it. So now they are telling path to the file to be attached. So for that, let me have any file here. Now I'll just copy anything here and I will paste it here. Okay, let me change this. And I'm going to pass this here. So as it is in the root folder, I'm going to pass it like this, or otherwise you need to give the path according to that. Okay, now we will just check if it is happening or not. And let me run this script. Yes, see, the file has been attached. But if you see, it didn't actually scroll to that view. We can use scroll here. I dot scroll to locator. Okay, now let us check. Okay, you can see it has been attached. So now what is the next here? After this, the same again, the input fields we need to pass. So I'm just going to have the same lines of code, but I'll just change the I'm going a little bit fast here because it has been the same repetitive steps. So I'm just copying an X path. And then the password, we need to just change it here as a password, and I'm going to give like this. And what about the next one? C password. And I'm going to give the same. Okay, now let me run the full script, and at last what we need to do, we need to click on the submit. So I'm going to get, so input type submit. Let me check whether it is correct. Sorry, value submit. So there is only one value. I'm going to copy it. So wait for element and then perform the click action. Okay, now let us run the entire script here now. Submit. See, it's been done. So now, as I have mentioned in the starting of the video itself, sometimes there are cases where this attached file won't work and you may have finding the issues. So here let me reconfirm with you guys. So attached file not working. See, you can see there are issues actually. Sometimes the attached file won't happen. So in that case, how we can actually handle it, I'll show you. Right now here, this is a Playwright that has been given as an inbuilt helper in a Codeceptjs framework. Okay, but Playwright is an independent tool also here. So if you see Playwright, this is the one which we have actually, which the Codeceptjs team has been included in their built-in automation tool as a helper. Okay, so now this one, whatever it is not working here in the attached file, we can actually handle it with the Playwright. with their own lines of code forming as a function rather than using attach file if it doesn't work. Okay, so here what is there for that? So Playwright file chooser. So here you can identify that. So we have an event file chooser. So wherever we need to have to choose the file and upload the file, so we will have an event actually that can be identified, which is file chooser event. So what they are doing here is like, first they are going to wait for the event on that page, and once that event has been triggered, then they will set the files for that. So uploading is like how we manually do by selecting the file, but here with this function we can directly set the files by just passing the file path. Okay, so that we are going to implement here. So for now I'm just taking out that function. So here if you are seeing, they are using page actually. So how we are actually going to use that page here? So for that we are going to have an helper class. So if we have the helper class, so we can indulge the or extend the functionality of the Playwright. Okay, so here we have the concept in the Playwright which is called helpers. So let me duplicate this tab. So I'm not going very deep into that. It's just a touch up I'm going to give here. Later on I'll give a detailed info of what is all helpers and all. So first we'll just see how to create a helper. So I'm just going to use that command generate helper. So I'm going to use it as extended functions. Okay, now what they are saying, helper was being created and they are telling we need to update the config in the helper section. So I'm going to copy this, have it in our helper section. Okay, now we'll go here, and these and all let me have as in a separate video. I don't want to merge everything inside this. Okay, so first we are going to have this file upload, right? So let me have one function created for this, and then now here we need to have a page. So how we are going to have this page involved here, and how we are going to connect to the page actually we are going to work in the automation script. So it is very simple, so we can import it. So constant, equals to this dot helpers dot Playwright. Okay, so from Playwright we have been imported into our Codeceptjs framework. Now from here we can use this. So I just copy it here. So as it is, as they have await, so we need to use that as a async function. And what we are going to pass it here, locator we need to pass, and the file path are the arguments of this function. Okay, so here page dot, we can use this get by text, get by role as they are showing in the Playwright, or otherwise we can use like this also. Okay, and here set files, so file path. Okay, so this is the file we have actually used here. So now this has been mentioned in the configuration file like this. So here you can see it is same as like Playwright helper. So all the Playwright inbuilt functions, how we can able to access using I, correct? So in the same way, whatever we have given under the helper functions, that also can be accessible via I dot. Now what we can do here, file upload test I dot. So if you see, it is not actually automatically populating or suggesting or auto suggesting. So for that what we need to do, so whenever you have added something in your framework we need to have the TypeScript files generated for that. Otherwise, it can't auto suggest the functions which has been in the framework. So for that, what is the command? npx codeceptjs def dot. Okay, so TypeScript definitions have been provided. Now we will go here and check file upload. See, you can see file upload extend functions dot file upload. So I'm going to call this one, and what are all the arguments here? Locator and then file path. So what is a locator? This one is a locator, this one is the file path. So I'm going to give it the same. Now here the file upload is a promise function. So we need to actually wait until promise get resolved, and to use await we need to have it as a nothing function. Now we will see whether this way it works or not. Sorry. Perfect. It has been uploaded and it has been clicked on the submit also. So these are all the two ways how we can handle the file uploads using the inbuilt function provided by the Codeceptjs, which is attach file, or otherwise you can have it in a helper function. You can create it and you can extend it, the Playwright helper provision of having writing in the same Playwright support lines of code in the form of a helper that has been given support by the Codeceptjs. So these are all the two ways which you can use, and you can upload any file into the file chooser event or the attach file. So hope this video have been helpful to you guys. So please stay tuned and subscribe to my channel for more automation videos, and please let me know if you have any questions. I am always there to support you guys. Thank you.